Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Unlocking You 2.0. Today, we're very, very honored, and we have our amazing, amazing client, Solidel Castro, here with us from one of our clients from the Inside Out Institute. And we have the pleasure, myself, Spencer Bonin, and Balwinder Marwaha, your emotion and body co-practitioner and transformational leadership coach. We have this amazing opportunity to do a little interview about, how things have been going in your life, Solidel. So, without any further ado, maybe if you just want to tell people a little bit about yourself, where are you from? What are you all about?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Spencer. My name's Solidel Castro. I live in New York and I'm 45. I work in a full-time job at a health insurance industry. And I live here, born and raised in New York with my husband and my three cats. And I found myself at a really low point for quite a number of years. I worked in this healthcare industry for 20 years. So I don't know, things just happened, life happened, and I found myself spiraling down into like a depression, into some sadness, and pretty much not understanding like where my role is in life. And then I started to understand personal development and it opened my eyes. And the more I started to learn about it, the more I wanted to dig in deep about it. But
Mhm.
there was nothing else. And then all of a sudden, Inside Out came to me as a blessing. It happened this year. It was during COVID. I remember in the beginning of the year, I said, you know what? 2020 is going to be my year. I'm going to make it really good. I'm going to like really plug into it. And
Right.
then COVID happened and then everything stopped, right? So I just said, okay, I'm just going to just throw in the towel for this year
Mhm.
and just wait it out and see. And I had no expectations. And then all of a sudden, I received this blessing to come into Inside Out Institute.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that's fantastic. So, Soledad, now you live on the East Coast, correct?
Correct.
Um, so, with all of the things going on, when it comes to not only the election and COVID and all of that, how has Inside Out Institute helped you, like, not even pay attention to that and be like, all of this stuff doesn't even matter?
Well, it definitely was hard, and I did find myself from time to time dealing with that kind of challenge.
Mhm.
But it actually kept me sane. It kept
Okay.
me more together, and that was so important because I don't think if it wasn't for Inside Out, I don't know. I know that my anxiety level was very, very high before I joined
Okay.
this Inside Out this year, and with my sessions with Spencer, it was just like really high.
Mhm.
And it helped me to just reduce it so much, and not just that on an actual physical level, but
Mhm.
more on a conscious level and emotional level that there's more to life. There's more to
Yeah.
life than what is out there, that what we see all the time. We can't help it because it's there.
Mhm.
But I was like one of those people where I just thought, well, that was it. This was
Okay.
it. And, there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
no, that's great. So, Spencer, go ahead and ask a question of what do you want to hear from Solidella? What would you like to know about her journey?
Absolutely. So I really got to ask. You've been with us since I think July is when you first joined us. What's your favorite part? Like, what is it about the IOI? Like, what is your favorite part about IOI or working with Balwinder and I? Like, what is your favorite part about this whole experience?
No pressure, okay? No pressure.
I know, right? What's a great question. The whole experience. I Wow. There's a lot.
Mhm.
I have to say that actually just having the accountability and just having the sessions with both of you.
Mm.
Mhm.
because I've been there in other programs where, you do it on your own, and they'll say, "Oh, we're here
Mhm.
for you if you have any questions." But you really need a guide. You need guides
Mhm.
in not just on a conscious level, but
Yeah.
you need somebody to help assist you and guide you on an emotional level. And that's
Mhm.
not something that a lot of places have. They just say, "Well, you need to go ahead and do it, and if you
Mhm.
haven't done it, there's they kind of throw a shame at you." And I'm
Mm.
totally against that. But here is more of an understanding, like, well, why is it? What's the problem? What is the
Yeah.
underlining problem that you have? And how can we help you with that? And that's something that Inside Out actually has, and nobody else has ever had, not anyone that I've ever experienced before.
Definitely.
Awesome. 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 So, Solidel, my next question for you is, what's one thing on the subconscious side and one thing on the conscious side that has dramatically changed in your life since you've been here?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, there's so many. On
Just
the
one, the
sub,
one biggest
just
impact that
one.
you had on both sides.
The one biggest impact on the subconscious side is that it's actually I accepted myself, I accepted the emotions that I've had all this
Hmm.
time, all these years. Um, Even the hidden emotions, even the ones that I wasn't even sure, but I just know I felt something and not knowing why.
Mm.
Hmm.
And just even understanding that a lot of them may not have been just for me. They may have
Hmm.
been transferred, you know um genetically, or inherited from
Hmm.
parents and grandparents and so on and so forth. And I can really forgive myself. I can forgive all that, because it's a natural feeling. So that's something on a subconscious for me. On a conscious level, I just learned that I actually have skills in that, that I know that I have a lot of self-worth. And that's something that I wanted to actually help people and help them
Hmm.
revive self-worth, because we don't really talk about that a lot in society, and especially
Yeah.
now that things are going on, and there's a lot of negativity and throwing
Hmm.
shame, and it's important that we revive our self-worth, because it's always been there. And that's something that is driving me very much on a conscious level.
Mhm. That's so
Awesome.
Yep.
awesome. And it's so true, right? Because especially like people are throwing shame and there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So it's so nice to be able to have a tool and a couple of people that you can talk with on a, whenever you really want to. You can just reach out and be like, hey, like I need some assistance or I need some help or I need someone to talk to. You know, I've been even myself, I've found that with IOI, that's always the case. I always have someone there that I can just be like, hey, things aren't going very well. And there we go. And the subconscious stuff you were talking about as well, like whether it's, that's a big part, right? Is like, whether or not did you
Yeah.
absorb this? Did you inherit this? Was it, was it your own experience? Like so many things can kind of be at play there that we don't even know
Absolutely.
about. But um,
Yeah.
so the last kind of question that I want to ask you, Solidel, is, if there was one thing, if there was someone watching this video right now and they're just like, man, I'm thinking about maybe kind of changing my life, putting it in the right direction, or there's something they're just kind of like maybe having a hard time or struggling.
Yeah.
What would one thing be that you could tell that person just to really help them out in their life, or just a little piece of advice that they would really um, get a lot of benefit from? What would that one thing be?
That's kind of broad. That could be so many different things depending on what it is that they're struggling with.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, but I always said to myself, and this is something that I talked with my husband. I said, either you want to continue the way you are right now, or perhaps
Hmm.
you want to be able to change something, because we have the power to change. We are actually given this incredible gift, by our
Hmm.
creator, that we can change something, and that we don't have to stay stuck in whatever it is that we are feeling stuck, and that you're not alone. That's definitely probably one of the number one thing that I would always say to people, is that you're not alone, because
Mhm.
many times I thought I felt that I was, even though I know that I wasn't alone, but I couldn't connect with anyone who was feeling the same way.
Mm.
So it's important also to let people know that they're not alone,
Mhm.
because once they realize that, then they want to be able to be more open into understanding, what transformation are you talking about? Can this actually help me? Can I move on with my life?
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Solidel, I have one last thing for you, okay?
Okay.
If you had to pick 3 or 4 or 5 words to describe what your life is going to be like in 5 years from now, what words would you use?
Ooh, that's good. 3 or 5 words. Okay.
We can
Um.
stretch that a little bit.
Okay. uh. It would definitely be transformational. It would be limitless,
Mhm.
unstoppable. It would be um, freedom,
Okay.
definitely freedom, and
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. So far, that's all
Okay.
all I can think about
Awesome.
right now.
No, that's fine.
There's like a
So,
bunch more.
yeah, of course, of course. So those words that you just used, were they words that you thought that you would have in your life, or you would be, that's would be your journey? Or was that just something that you always thought would be somebody else's?
No, you know what? I never thought that those words would be actually for me, and I have to
Hmm.
constantly always put my frame of mind into it, because we could easily get swayed away.
Hmm.
And the more the more I do the work, even the smallest work, the more that I'll meditate and pray, because I cannot live without either one or the other. To me, they both have to go hand in hand.
Hmm.
And the more I feel centered, and I think that's so important for people to feel centered. And the more I feel centered, the more you want to do more and more of it, and the more
Awesome.
you feel complete. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Well,
well, Solida, I truly want to thank you for joining us today, and being here, for your listeners, our listeners, on this episode of Unlocking You 2.0.
absolutely.
It's been such an
Thank you
awesome
so much.
journey to work with you and to see you grow the way you have, to see where you were back in July, and just a few months, short months later, where you are now. It's really incredible. So congratulations to you on that as well. And with that said, listen,
Oh, thank
if
you.
you're watching today and something Solidel says resonates with you, or you feel like, oh man, I'm exactly where she was, and you don't want to be there anymore, then you want to reach out to us, or reach out to Solidel wherever you're watching this. Connect with Spencer or myself on Facebook Messenger, and we'll be more than happy to help you. In fact, Solidel will probably tell you how amazing, we would be at giving you a complimentary energy healing session, or a complimentary leadership coaching session. That's something that we're going to offer to everyone that's watching today. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to us. Aside from that, if you want to know more about what it is that we do, how we combine the conscious and the subconscious together, visit our website, leadyourideallife.com, www.leadyourideallife.com. And then this Thursday, and it's crazy because we're going to have to come up with a new website here soon, Spencer.
I know.
2020 is just about done. But this Thursday night, tomorrow night, we have an amazing, amazing webinar, which you can catch at www.2020recoverymanual.com. And it's true. We've been in lockdown for like 8 months. This year is almost over. I have no clue where it's gone. I know that I made a conscious choice, and I made a decision to make this one of the best years of my life. So if that's something that you want to do, you still have time.
Mm.
If you want to go into 2020 ahead of the game, and just be on top of the world, then you definitely want to connect with us, because we can help you get there. All right. So check out this webinar tomorrow night. You do want to pre-register. When you register, just mention how you heard about it, either Spencer, myself, or Solidel, whoever you can relate to. And we look forward to sharing some awesome, awesome secrets and some neat information with you that will help change your life. With that said, Spencer, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not at all. I mean, I think that was amazing, and thank you so much, Solidel, for just for being part of our video here this week. It's been such a pleasure and honor being able to work with you and interview you and get some of your perspective on the work that we've done so far. With that, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for our episode tomorrow. So take care, have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.